Hey everyone, Todd here, internalarchitect.com. In this video, I want to talk about the, the the good things that happen about cancer. The psychologically, the good things that have happened because of cancer. And I wanted to do this as kind of the other side from my last video that I did, which was like the downsides of cancer. So this one is called the upsides of cancer. And I wanted to also add the extra title of it to kind of the roots of peace, because I think as you kind of go through this and start to understand kind of where all this comes from, you can see kind of a pattern here. But before I begin, please hit subscribe below and hit the bell for notifications so you know when I put out a new video. So I'm going to talk about 6 different things here in a moment, but the main reason why I wanted to do this is I wanted to do the opposite of my last video, which you all have actually been have added some really good comments to, which I'm going to actually respond to here shortly. But they, I think, I needed to do this one also for a little bit of perspective, because aside from all the downsides of cancer, and there are just so many of them, right? There are a lot of really good things and good parts to cancer, and the things that you learn, and that's where I kind of really wanted to start with. And the first one is this going through this. Now, this has been a 10-year deal going on, right? And this going through cancer, going through this experience has really made me understand kind of what my purpose is and what my peace is in my life. I honestly wish more people could know what this feels like, because I think, one, I think we would have a lot less angry and disruptive sides going on, but and less polarizing also. But once you are able to understand what it is, the thing that kind of drives you, the thing that lights that fire in your belly is really, really a huge it's so monumental when it comes to dealing with just everything in your life. And it creates this confidence, which is the next thing that I wanted to talk about, because by me understanding where my purpose and meaning in my life are, it has created this confidence in me to want to go out and go get it, right? And to do what I can to facilitate that bit of life that goes on. And beforehand, before cancer, I was a pretty lost soul. I mean, I was going through a lot of crazy, you know, I was going through like a light depression because of where I had been, what I'd done in my life. I experienced freedom at a really young age. And that was all what I felt like was taken away from me, which in some reality, it was really my own doing. And I wasn't open to allowing myself to really understand that until cancer came along. And that really helped put in perspective everything else that goes on in life, right? From my relationships to the sports, to my health, to just I mean, it can go on and on. And that's why, I mean, it was so important to really find that peace and in my life. And by finding out what it was, that purpose and meaning in my life, it really made the difference for the rest of everything else that goes on, right, in my life. And that kind of leads to the next little bit, is once you kind of have done, or once I was able to figure that out, I was able to kind of really, the cancer experience really helped me understand who all the people are in my life that truly care. And there's a lot of people that I've known, there's a lot of people that I do know that do care, but there are definitely a handful of people that really, continue to reach out. And I admit I could do a hell of a lot better job reaching out to people and being there more for them too. But at this point in the game, it's just, it's my own battle going on with this really destructive disease we call cancer. And it's important that I'm just sitting here working on trying to do better for myself, but knowing that I have peace through the purpose and meaning in my life. It's like, these are the things that are kind of, I, I'm okay with where they're at, and people come and go, and that's just how it is, and that's how life has always been. But that's, that third thing is, just I know who my friends are, and the people that really care about me the most, and I see it in every aspect, and that's where it's really really cool, because it's good knowing that there's that support there, and I know that I have really good support and a really good support system through going through this. So I just, my goal now is to kind of help pay it forward, because I do feel really appreciative of everything that people have done and my community has done up to this point, and that's why I think we are able to really fight this again and beat this again, because there's no option there, right? That's just kind of how it is. The next thing is, and I talked about building confidence, and that was because of just, all the stuff. My confidence has gotten a lot better. For a lot of you that are watching, or some of you that are new, um, I was growing up as a teenager and whatever. I was an awkward kid. Was just, you're super shy, really, really, I don't know, just, nervous about what people thought, and a lot of, just self-conscious fear. What I said, what I would do, whatever. And the one thing that I always could rely on was snowboarding, because that was my outlet. That was my way of whatever. That's where my confidence shined. But when it came to socialization and anything else, I was just the most awkward person. And coming back to all the friends and family, knowing who that is, it's like I feel comfortable being myself amongst them. And it took me a long time to feel okay with that. And now that I can, I mean, heck, I'm in front of the camera talking to you all, even though I'm just staring at a little red dot right now. It's just, I know that I'm talking to people that really, really care. And that's, it takes a level of confidence to be able to do that, and to kind of work into that. And don't get me wrong, I mean, if you see some of my earlier videos, you'll see how awkward I am. It's pretty funny, actually. I highly recommend it, because then you can go and laugh at me a little bit, because it's pretty hilarious. But the points that I'm trying to hit on through all of my videos are really key, especially for the survivors, because that's how this whole channel kind of started. And that's kind of, that leads me to the next one, and that's, you just knowing what's important to me. And that's the whole thing about the cancer experience. And that's, on the last video, I talked about, when you're dealing with, you're facing your own mortality. Well, this isn't the first time I've done that, and literally, having to face that. Never had to deal with that snowboarding. Sure, there was always a risk of avalanche and stuff like that, and whatever, but that's not really, this is different. This is like finite, like bam, and knowing that really helps put your priorities in line, and makes you really think about what is important to you. And that's, once you get that figured out, what you understand, man, that really helps bring a lot of peace into your life. And you can start setting goals, and and start working towards the things that you want in every aspect of your life. And for me, I just care to have that peace, and the knowing that I'm doing the best I can for, not only myself, but for all you out there too. And that's where this is all coming from. But lastly, and I think probably the most important, is this is this has taught me what forgiveness is really all about. Now, forgiveness, I actually talk about forgiveness in my book, and I talk about it in a lot in other videos and stuff. But forgiveness was the first step that really allowed me to breathe, and to really feel like weight had had been lifted off my shoulders. And I don't mean like I'm forgiving other people. I'm you know the things that I felt were wronged at me in the past. No, no, no. This is all about forgiving myself. Forgiving myself for being selfish, for being righteous, for being a know-it-all, a wannabe, just a little bit of all the above in that. And when I was able to allow myself to forgive myself, that's when this all really, my the weight of the world was lifted off me. And I was able to, once I was able to accept that, I was able to kind of forgive the other people that I felt wrong me through the different points in my life. And I've told a number of people that I felt like that and apologized to them. And then there's some I just know that I'll never see again, and that's just how it is. And but I've forgiven them and I've forgiven myself, and that's really where it all comes down to. And that's why I really wanted to touch on, you know, the upsides of cancer, because what you learn about this experience, if you allow yourself to, that's one of the most important things, is allowing yourself to be able to forgive and to be able to grow because of the experience. And I see it. I was in uh, uh like a counseling group last week, and just seeing everyone just like struggling with the fact that they're going through cancer. And and that was part of my needing to be there, was to be able to let people know it's like I'm not allowing cancer to dictate my life. Although it is important for me to share my story and my experience with people that have gone through cancer, so that they can understand that it is possible to be strong and to be healthy and wise into the next steps into what their lives are going to take them on, right? So that's really it. That's kind of the gist of what I wanted to say. That it's there, and also, so that there's also so much more to the upsides of cancer than there are to the downsides. Sure, there's everything I talked about in the last video, and then the surgeries and the waiting and the testing, and just the entire gamut of everything that goes on that makes you think about it. Going into the hospital every single day and seeing all the sick people, to all the scan anxiety that us cancer people like to say about waiting for scans that have to come up, whether a CT scan or a PET scan or whatever it is. There's so many aspects to that side, but what is really been the life changing side of it is the upsides to cancer and what it has taught me. And that's what I challenge you all to do, is start looking at the bright sides of this, because it'll help change your focus, it'll help change your mindset, and it'll help allow you to grow into this next little challenge and everything else that you have going on in your life. So yeah, keep that in mind. And yeah, so hey, just thank you. I thank you for watching these videos, and thank you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your time and energy into watching them. And just so you know, just as I'm going through treatment, today was treatment number 18. So I have 5 more to do. I'll do 3 more, and then we break for Thanksgiving, and then we come back down for the last 2. So yeah, I'm 3/4 of the way through this. Very stoked and very happy. And yeah, things are going good. And got a couple people, country living. Catherine, how you doing? Thanks for joining. I'll be responding to you, because I saw that you had a bunch of messages in the thing, so I'll get back to you here shortly. But yeah, awesome. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.